let's discuss what this blind race is all about. Up on the screen, we're going to flash up what this race is all about. This is going to be a 6-minute race. Now the thing to know is that for these athletes, they are familiar with this time distance. They know about what they can do for a 6-minute period of time. However, today's challenge rank is irrelevant, meaning that the place that they come in for this workout does not actually mean anything, and that is because their scores today are going to be determined by their caloric output, meaning their ability to earn calories as they move through this workout. The other piece, and the reason that we are calling this the blind race, is because these athletes will not have any information on their screens other than the time. They are getting no feedback on their performance or how they are ranking against the other athletes. Therefore, it is up to all of you in the audience to let them know where they stand, because on this very screen right here, you are going to see the live updates of where our athletes stand overall in the entire competition. So as points are assigned, you are going to be essentially seeing the final results changing place. It is up to you to pick the athletes that you would like to know their positions and shout it out to them as they are competing.
Ahogy a kivetítőn mögöttünk lehet látni, ez egy 6 perces evezés lesz. A férfiak és a nők is külön-külön mind a 8 versenyző egyszerre kezdi majd meg. Viszont semmi más nem fognak látni, csak azt, hogy ebből a 6 percből mennyit eveztek le. Ami fontos, hogy most nem az időeredmény és nem is a megtett távolság fog számítani, hanem a ledolgozott kalóriaszám. Minden egyes kalóriáért még nem jár pont, hanem aki 2 kalóriát ledolgoz, az kap 1 pontot. Viszont a versenyzőknek fogalmuk nem lesz, hogy hány kalóriát mentek ez alatt a 6 perc alatt, ezt csak önök fogják látni. Önök azok, akik tükröt állítanak eléjük, úgyhogy nagyon-nagyon nagy szükség lesz a hangos buzdításra.
Now these athletes have spent the last 3 days preparing for every single event, and this is the last one that they have. We may see positions change. We're going to see how these athletes have held up over 3 days. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start bringing out our first 8 athletes, which will be the men for today's workout. Starting at the far end, we have Václav Zita from the Czech Republic. Give him a hand as he comes out onto the stage. Up next, in the second machine, we have Yang Shan from China. On the third machine, from Belarus, we have Pavel Shermy. On the fourth machine, from Canada, Jason Marshall. On machine number 5, from Great Britain, Josh Penrith. On machine number 6 from Germany, Ivan Scharic. On machine number 7, Bo Bullings from the Netherlands. And on machine number 8 from the United States of America, Paul Marcy. Welcome these athletes to the stage as they take their moment to get adjusted onto their machines and get ready to go. Again, for those of you just showing up, these athletes know absolutely nothing about their performance. The only thing that they see on this screen is the time counting down. They have no information. Only you will see the standings on this board. This is where your athletes are on their machines. As the workout goes on, as rankings change, it is up to you to tell them where they stand in the results. So if you want a particular athlete to win, you better be shouting out to them and letting them know where they are.
Hölgyeim és uraim, ahogy megszokhatták, ez az a 10 másodperc, amikor a versenyzők még beüzemelik utoljára a gépeket, húznak 2-3-at és utána elkezdődik a verseny. Az a verseny, ahol önök tudják egyedül a kivetítőn követni azt, hogy ki hol tart, ezért óriási szerep hárul önökre, hogy megmutassák nekik, hogy hol vannak és szurkoljanak.
Before we get started, we're going to splash up the current standings for our men. In first, Josh Penrith with 383 points. Behind him, Jason Marshall with 337. Behind him, Pavel Shermy in 266. Then Ivan Scharic with 257. Ovaling's in 5th with 252 points, followed by Liang Zhang with 222. Václav Zita with 210, and Paul Marcy with 206 points. Let's see how this workout shakes out.
Mögöttük az összetett eredményét lehet látni. 6 challenge van, ebből eddig 5-öt végeztek végig a versenyzők. Most viszont minden változhat.
Our athletes' handles are down, which signals that they are ready. Athletes, pick up your handles and sit ready at the catch.
Yeah, boys.
Sit ready. Attention.
That's a false start, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have to restart.
Van egy kiugrásunk, úgyhogy újra startolunk.
Some nerves here as our male athletes sit ready. We are going to reset. Athletes, handles down, please. You can feel it in the air right now. Athletes, please pick up your handles and sit ready at the catch.
Sit ready. Attention.
And away we go. That is a clean start for our male athletes. They are settling in. Again, on the board, you are seeing who is currently sitting in first and how far back the other athletes are from the athlete in front of them. If you want them to know how they're doing, if you want to see positions change, call it out so that they can know where they stand.
A kijelzőn azt láthatják, hogy ki az összetettben éppen hányadik helyen áll, hány ponttal vezet, automatikusan hozzájuk a kalóriákat, tehát önöknek csak azt kell nézni, hogy ki áll az élen és hogy mennyi ponttal vezet.
There's absolutely nothing worse than having no idea how you are performing or where you are standing. It's like running in the dark with absolutely no obstacles or landmarks to tell you where you are. This is a workout of mental fortitude.
Teljesen a sötétben tapogatóznak a versenyzők, hiszen ami előttünk van kijelző, az le van ragadva. Csak azt látják, hogy éppen mennyi métert eveztek eddig. Önök látják egyeseketül a kivetítőn, hogy mi a jelenlegi sorrend, ennek fényében buzdítsák kedvenceiket.
If you look up at the board right now, you are seeing a battle screen of two athletes facing off. When you see two athletes next to each other, it's giving you an idea of how they're performing against one another. Watch for those positions to change, because any athlete can make a move in this workout to change the complete overall standing. They are 2 minutes in this 6-minute workout. That is 1/3 down. Give these athletes a round of applause. Bring up the energy for them as they are moving into the middle third of this workout.
Lassan a felénél tartunk az utolsó challenge-ünknek, itt pedig az osztott képernyőn azokat az eredményeket láthatják, amelyeket a versenyzők éppen az összetett pontszám alapján birtokolnak jelenleg. Lehet szurkolni, óriási szükségük van a versenyzőknek a buzdításra, hiszen ők nem látnak semmit, csak önök.
Checking out the distance between those two athletes. Taking a look to see if any moves are being made. Towards the middle and perhaps the end of this workout, you're going to see athletes starting to make moves. The tricky part about this is that the athletes are even unable to look at the monitor next to them, to know what the athlete next to them is doing, because there is absolutely no information on their screens or on these screens. The only data is for you to see as an audience. appear to be some switches in the standings happening right about now. Keep an eye on those small point values. Those are the athletes that you're going to see making changes.
Azért hagyjuk ezt a challenge-et a legvégére a 3 napnak, ugyanis itt minden versenyző annyi pontot gyűjt, amennyit csak tud. Minden egyes kétedolgozott kalória miatt, vagy kalória után kapnak egyetlen egy pontot. Így borulhat az eddigi teljes összetett, viszont szükségünk van önökre, úgyhogy szurkoljanak neki!
For those of you who have never tried this sport before, sitting on these machines while you're not going anywhere does an immense amount for your ability to stay fit, your ability to find fitness in your life, building strength, building endurance. This machine does it all, and that is why these athletes are such a representation for what you can accomplish on this machine.
1.30 van hátra, és fejfejben haladnak a versenyzők, úgyhogy tényleg szükségünk van a pusztításra. Ami nagyon fontos, hogy ez a 6 perc az, ami még a hűlőhatár legtetőjén van. Hihetetlenül lépnek már az izmok, hihetetlenül lépnek a lábak, úgyhogy szükségünk van önökre.
There's 1 minute and 15 seconds left in this race. You are going to start to see these athletes dig. Now is your time to start feeding them information. Start letting them know where they are, how you want them to finish. Give them the energy to finish this race strong. Start bringing it up, ladies and gentlemen. Bring up that round of applause. Give them your energy.
Az utolsó 50 másodperc kezdődik meg. Most már tényleg mindenkinek mindent bele kell adni, az utolsó energiatartalékokat kell felhasználni. Gyerünk el, tapsolni, üvölteni, szurkolni, mindenre!
40 seconds left. This is where it is starting to get hot. They are feeling the burn. At this point, they are in a black hole. There is nothing in front of them but the monitor and their bodies.
Csak önök tudják, hogy ki áll az élen, ki a második és ki a harmadik. A versenyzőknek fogalmunk nincsen róla, az utolsó 20 másodperc kezdődik.
We are 8 seconds out from the finish. This is where they're laying it all on the line. And there is our race.
És meg is vagyunk. Jár az óriási napsz, mind a 8 versenyző.
That was a race, gentlemen. No taking that tape off the monitor. Athletes, please proceed off stage. Please proceed off stage. We're going to be revealing the results of the men's race after we finish with the women.
A férfi versenyzők még mindig nem fogják megtudni a pontjaik számát, ezt csak a hölgyek után mutatjuk meg nekik.
Gentlemen, you can see those jello legs walking these guys off stage.
Az azért látható, hogy a kellemestől igen messze van ez a 6 perc, amit izomból le kell elezni. Ezért már nem jár 20 ponttal a fehér orosz versenyzőnek, de a vezetésnek nem az utolsó.
Our final athlete collecting himself. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause. That was an impressive display. And they still do not know their results. They will have to wait until after the women go off. We're going to make a slight adjustment, bringing the women's names onto the front of these machines. Ferry, what'd you think of that race, buddy?
Well, I think it's not incredible, it's a brutal one. So.
Brutal is an excellent way of putting that.
Exactly. Egy pici szünetet tartunk, de ez tényleg csak 1 perc környékén lesz, amíg a névtáblákat átcseréljük, hiszen következnek majd a hölgyek, akiknek ugyanez a távuk lesz, ugyanezek a szabályok maradnak, az is brutális lesz.
Now, one more time, we're going to just discuss what this workout is. For those of you that may have just joined us, we have our ladies' final event coming up. This workout is a 6-minute test. We are calling this the blind race. They do not have any information on their screens in front of them. They know what 6-minute feels like, but their point score has nothing to do with where they place or finish in this particular workout. Their point score is based purely off of their ability to put out calories in this workout. Most of them are not familiar with using calories as a unit of measurement, but that doesn't make any difference because they couldn't see it anyways. After their calories are input, there's a calculation happening in the background, and these athletes will not see where they stand at all during the race. Therefore, it is up to those of you in the audience to let them know how they are doing, because you will be seeing the current standings on the leaderboard. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our female athletes for their final event.
Hölgyeim és uraim, a színpadon a női versenyző.
Up on machine number 1, down here on the end of the stage, we have Jing Sun from China. On our second machine, sitting next to Jing, is Beck Smith from Australia. On the third machine is Fire Obako from the Great Britain. On the fourth machine, Olena Buryak from the Ukraine. On our fifth machine, Anna Mooley from Germany. On machine number 6 is Morgan McGrath representing the United States. On machine number 7, Marlu Scholtenberg from the Netherlands. And on machine number 8, Jordan Falcone. We are going to give these ladies their chance to get set on the machines, and we're going to splash up the current overall standings for the women. These are our leaders, and this is the current ranking for all of the women on the stage. In first, Olena Buryak with 400 points. In second, Anna Mooley with 336. In third, Morgan McGrath with 289. Shortly behind her is Vaire Obakowu with 286. In fifth is Beck Smith from Australia with 254 points, followed by Marlush Oldenburg with 234, then Jordan Falcone with 204, and Jing Sun with 126.
Ezek az utolsó biztos pontok, lehetett is látni, hogy mindenki hátra pillantott egy utolsót. Ezek azok az eredmények, amiket tudnak, ez az összetett. De itt innentől kezdve minden borulhat, azt viszont a hölgyek már nem fogják látni csak a 6 perc végén. Teljes sötétség, teljes vakság, csak önök látják az eredményeket.
Right now our umpire is checking to make sure all the machines and monitors are set properly before we get this race ready and off. Handles are down, which indicates that our athletes are indeed ready. Athletes, please pick up your handles and sit ready at the catch.
Sit ready. Attention.
And here we go. It's a clean start for the women. They are off. Now remember, they cannot see their points or their standing. It is up to you to feed that information to them. The thing to keep an eye on are the point values that are the smallest, because that is indicating the athlete who may be up and ready to overtake the athlete in front of them.
A hölgyek utolsó 6 perce is elkezdődött, tehát rendben legyék, ők nem látnak semmit, csak azt, hogy hány métert eveznek. Az viszont semmit nem számít most, csak a megvett kalória számít, azért kapnak minden egyes kettőért egy pontot, így pedig folyamatosan követhetik, hogy változik az összetett eredmények.
There is a battle happening right now, some points exchange is going back and forth. These athletes are fighting for every position that they have. Nothing is sacred in an event like this.
Ugyanúgy, mint a férfiaknál, itt is az osztott képernyőn lehet látni, hogy kinek hány pontja van jelen pillanatban.
When you see a battle stream like this, it indicates two athletes that are close to one another, pushing back and forth. This is your chance, ladies and gentlemen, to give them your feedback. Let them know where they stand. Help them push through this race.
A 6 perc azonnal, ami teljesen gyilkos, ezt izomból végig kell sprintelni, főleg úgy, hogy fogalmunk nincsen, hol tartanak. Önök a versenyzők szemei, Önöknek kell beszurkolniuk őket. Ne felejtjék, hogy az összetett eredményét látják a képernyőn, és ez viszonyítva nézhetjük a pontokat az első helyen álló versenyzők viszonyítva. Ezek az eredmények folyamatosan változnak, a versenyzők viszont ezt nem látják.
These athletes are looking to their strengths, hoping they can lean on whatever their strong point is to make up some ground in this race. You can see all the athletes looking to the audience, the people that they know, to feed them information that may help, that may give them the push that they need to make a move.
Az előző 5 challenge a taktikázásé is lehetett egy picit, sokkal többet számított a taktika. Itt nem számít, hiszen nem lehet taktikázni, mert fogalmuk nincsen, hogy jól tartanak. Itt menni kell, amíg csak tudnak, amíg csak bírják. 3 perc, 20 másodpercük van még.
Something that these athletes are having to constantly think about is that they are not only playing offense, but they do need to be playing defense, ensuring that they know who is behind them, who could be making a push on them, and how they're going to defend that position, whatever it may be, up or down. There's another battle screen for you. We have passed the halfway point, ladies and gentlemen. Crossing that halfway point is always a blessing in disguise, knowing that every stroke you have less than you have already accomplished to go.
Minden levezett 2 kalória, 1 pont, ami hozzáadódik az összeredményhez. 2 perc, 30 másodperc alatt vagyunk. A versenyzőknek szükségük van önökre, úgyhogy lehet tapsolni, lehet motiválni, lehet biztatni, gyerünk, gyerünk, gyerünk!
Make sure you're giving them your energy, your voices. The sun is in their eyes. They may not be able to see you. We are about to cross that 2-minute mark. That means they are 2/3 of the way done. That is 2 minutes to go. You are going to start to see the heat turn up. They're going to push each other through here. This is where they're going to start to lay it on thick, hoping that whatever they've got is enough to make a move or defend their position.
1 perc, 40 másodperc van hátra a World Urban Games Indoor Walking showkézéből. Most már ezt az 1 perc 30 másodpercet szerintem teli dologban ülöttünk végig. Lehet szurkolni, mert szükség van rá!
1.5 minutes to go.
Ugyanígy az osztott képernyőn lehet látni a jelen pillanatban elért pontszámokat. A versenyzőknek nem szabad hátra nézniük. Nem látnak semmit a kis kijelzőjükön, de hátrafelé sem szabad nézniük.
Many of these athletes competing with one another are not sitting next to each other, which means that they are racing a blind athlete, somebody that they can't see. Here goes your final minute. Who's going to have what it takes to make their sprint early to try and make their statement? This is my position, or that is my position to take.
Az utolsó 45 másodpercben értünk. Most fog eldőlni, hogy ki nyeri meg a 3 napig tartó küzdelmeket, hogy ki cserélje még helyet az utolsó pillanatokban is az összetettben. Lehet látni az arcokat, ez már vagyok egy kényelmes tempó, de az utolsó fél perc következik.
Who has the sprint in them with 30 seconds? Who's willing to go? Who's willing to go early? Who can last? Let's see how this workout plays out in our final 30 seconds.
Az utolsó 15 másodpercet már önök sem látják, minden fejlesztjük az eredményt. Gyerünk, lehet szurkolni még!
5, 3, 2, 1. And there is our finish.
Óriási taps, hölgyeim és uraim! A hölgyeknek is véget ért a 6 perces menet.
Ladies, fantastic work. That, no peeking at those monitors.
Óriásit csináltak megint a hölgyek.
Athletes,
Óriási.
please. Make your way off your machines and off to the side of the stage here. We're going to keep you out here as you recover.
Teljesen érthető, hogy mindenki kíváncsi az eredményére, de még mindig nem lehet megnézni őket. A hölgyeket most arra kérjük, hogy egy picit álljanak föl, menjenek arrébb, és hamarosan érkeznek az urak, és kihirdetjük az összetett eredményeket.
Athletes, please come off to the side of the stage over here with me. Make your way on over. Marlo Schultenberg, make your way back on. We are going to take a few moments to tabulate our final results. In that time, the athletes will be recovering here on stage. We're going to bring our men out to the side of the stage. Calculations are happening. We're going to see if any positions changed hands. Gentlemen, please come out onto the side of the stage. I'm going to bring you guys right over here, please.
Nagyon sok helyen változott az eredmény, jelen pillanatban hátul a sátorban összesítik őket, és hamarosan meg lesznek az összetett eredmények. Kint fogjuk mutatni hátul a kivetítőt. Mindenki most fogja látni először. A versenyzők is, önök is, és mi is.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's just give it up for all of the athletes on this stage. They have had an amazing 3 days of competition. They have laid it all out.
Hihetetlen 3 napon vannak túl a versenyzők, úgyhogy jár nekik a taps még egyszer utoljára a magyar nézőktől is! Nagyon feszülten ott vannak már a férfiak, és nagyon feszülten itt állnak mellettem jobb oldalon a hölgyek is. Ami nagyon fontos, és amit ebből a 3 napból igazán megtanulhattunk, az az, hogy ők nem ellenfelek, ahogy látják is, hogy itt összekapaszkodva állnak, hanem igazi barátok, nem csak itt, nem csak hátul, nem csak a szállodában, hanem ők bizony egymással tartják a kapcsolatot, és nem ellenfelek, hanem barátok. Ezért is jár nekik a taps, mi pedig már nem húzzuk sokáig az önök sem a versenyzők idegeit, és hamarosan meg lesznek az eredmények. Hihetetlen 3 napon vagyunk túl, 6 challenge-et vívtak meg mind a férfiak, mind a nők. Volt ezek között 6000 méter, volt 10.000 méter, egyénenként lehetett pontot gyűjteni, de ma délelőtt például csapatban is, váltóban is megmérkőztek. Szinte mindent kipróbálnak, ami az indoor aerobikhoz köthető, ami az indoor aerobikkal kapcsolatos. Úgyhogy most már jönnek az eredmények.
Is your mic back on? We are waiting for the final tabulations to come in and our presentation committee to be ready. Real quick, I'm just going to ask you guys some questions while we're over here. Who wants to be interviewed? Bo Links, we haven't heard from you much lately. Bo, yeah, come on forward. First off, I just have to ask, for the audience out here, they have no idea, if they haven't rowed before, they have no idea what that mental space was going into that. Help them understand what, coming from all of your positions, that race felt like ahead of time.
Scary. Yeah. I know you're blind, you have to trust your body, but you've done 5 events, 2.5 days of racing, so there's no reference at all. So it's all mental, trying to push yourself, but it's really hard to get in that pain cave, but I tried.
Well, I think that's what all of you managed to do on this last event, was find that pain cave. Over this weekend, what has been your favorite event that you have been through?
I think this was fun. This was fun. Yeah.
Of all the events, this was the favorite event. That's impressive.
It's closest to what I do. You know, it's close to the 2K, which is the Olympic distance. But it's such a curveball. It's always fun to something I'm so familiar with and doing something else. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
A holland versenyző azt emelte ki, hogy ez volt a kedvenc száma mind a 6 challenge közül, hiszen ez az, ami igazán közel áll az indoor aerobic lényegéhez. Menni előre, nem látni semmit, csak evezni, evezni és evezni.
I'm going to take one more moment to ask one of our non-rowers. So we do have an even division here, rowers versus indoor rowers. And so I wanted to pull out one of our indoor rowers here, Jason Marshall. Jason from Canada. So being an indoor rower, I think on the men's side, you're the only indoor rower, is that right?
I believe that is correct.
What was that like, being the only indoor rower representing on the men's side? How did that feel going into this weekend?
It was a little intimidating. I was looking forward to kind of meet everyone here. And I learned a lot this weekend in terms of pacing and rate and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I was looking forward to this weekend just for the learning aspect of it all.
What's the one thing that you would say you're going to take away from this weekend as an indoor rower, as what this community means to you, and if you could put that in a message that would make sense for everybody here?
Just don't be afraid to give it a shot. Like, again, had no background rowing whatsoever a year ago, really, and there's a growing community online all over the world, and look at this, I got a free trip out of it and enjoyed every minute of it, so yeah, just don't be afraid to give it a shot.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.
Van egy versenyző az egyedül, aki igaz indoor rowingos, ami azt jelenti, hogy ő ebben a sportban kezdett bele. Azt emelte ki, hogy igazából egész héten, mind a 3 napban fantasztikus feladatokat lehetett csinálni. Neki igazából az a tanácsa mindenki számára, hogy ne féljen, próbálja ki ezt, menjen előre, ez a legjobb sport.
And with us right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Andrew Hopper, the senior manager from the International Olympic Committee, to present the trophies and certificates to our athletes. He is going to be presenting to the athletes as they come on stage. We are going to start on the men's side. In 3rd place, with 817 points, representing Belarus, Pavel Sherby! Congratulations, Pavel. Great work. In 2nd place, with 938 points, from Canada, your indoor rower, Jason Marshall. And finally, in 1st place, with a grand total of 976 points, our winner for this weekend from the Great Britain, Josh Penrose. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is your trophy, Josh. Yes, sir. Excellent work. And now, for the final results on the women's side. We're going to get our certificates out here on stage.
Hölgyeim és uraim, a hölgyek eredményhirdetésével fogjuk folytatni.
In 3rd, with 707 points, from the Great Britain, your youngest athlete on the stage, Calorie! In 2nd place, with 748 points, from Germany, Anna Müller. And finally, in 1st, with 843 points, from the Ukraine, Olena Buriak!
Aki az összes challenge-et, tehát mind a 6 kihívást megtette, megérdemli az első helyet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all our athletes. Let's go and splash up the total overall standings on side. In first, Josh Penrose. In second, Jason Marshall. In third, Paul Shermy. In fourth, Cole Bullings. In fifth, Ivan Sharich. Young Zhang in sixth, Paul Marcy in seventh, and in eighth, Vaslav Zita. And on the women's side, in first, Olena Buriak. In second, Anna Mooley. In third, Barry Obakowu. In fourth, Morgan McGrath. In fifth, Marlu Scholtenberg. In sixth, Rebecca Smith. In seventh, Jordan Falcone. And in eighth place, Jing Sun. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your indoor rowing showcase here at the 2019 World Urban Games. Thank you so much, athletes. Fantastic work.
Az első